What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here. Today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title and thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the Mattel Hammond Collection Stygimoloch from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So with that being said, nothing more to it. I gotta wait, hold on. Nothing more to it, and got right on into it. And alas, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the box. You can see me recording there. But quick look at the box. Very small. It's kind of the small size figures, nothing too insane. True FX, everyone's favorite line. Stygimoloch Hammond Collection, and then we have a render here, and then Jurassic World up on the top. On the side, continuation of the stock image as well as the logo for the packaging, and then a brief synopsis on the Stygimoloch and its appearance within the Jurassic World franchise, and then the other small sized Hammond Collection figures you can find within this wave, being the Lost World Velociraptor, Stygimoloch, and then the Troodon. So yeah, very fun. Mattel, as you can imagine, another small synopsis clip from the movie, and there is the bottom if you need it. So let's go ahead and just get right on into it. Very exciting. If you did not catch up or watch, we did manage to find the Stygimoloch in our May 31st toy hunt video, which is awesome. We also did find the Lost World Velociraptor, but decided not to pick that one up just because it didn't really seem too insane off of everything I had been seeing online. So in terms of packaging, it looks like we just have those two little plastic pieces here holding the mold together and the tail. Oh, there's actually four. There's one for each leg as well. So I'm going to just be as gentle as I can. I'm going to get scissors. Scissors. All right, I'm going to get scissors real quick. There we are. Just so I don't accidentally cut myself, because that we do not need. So we're going to go ahead and do quick clip, quick clip, and come on. This one's really tight on the tail one here. Quick clip. So it should be able to just pop out. Yep. So around 4 of those, and then pop out. Perfect. We'll go ahead and set this to the side. Set this to the side. Set these two to the side. And alas, here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and pan the camera down. It's small. It's a small figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and pan it just a little bit further down so we can get a full glimpse of what we're working with here. And yeah, let's go ahead and connect the tail. Very simple. It should be just a click sound effect. Okay, not as loud, but it definitely did settle in there. So yep, very, very cool. I'm just kind of getting everything ready to demonstrate here. They had it in such like an odd packaging style in the box. But here is the Stygimoloch. Close the mouth. All right, so let's go ahead and do just a kind of like detailed first impression look. I do like it. I do like the mold. It's very small, so it does not take up that much shelf space. Mine is having a little bit of trouble standing, but I probably should put it like that for now. The eye itself is nice. I will admit the paint apps on the other Stygimoloch eyes, I'm not sure if I showed them off. They did not look too good. Obviously, you only get one side to see, but I think these eyes are actually not too bad. The design does kind of have the striping pattern, almost like a tiger stripe design seen in the Fallen Kingdom movie. And you do have kind of like, I don't want to say a burnt orange, but it's kind of like a burnt orange with the light gray, well, not light gray, but dark light gray portion of the design on the dinosaur. So just a top to bottom kind of showcase. We do have the skull here, which is nice. You have a little bit of paint of that like black paint on the face, which is nice. And then going towards the underbelly, we do have that kind of paler sand type color. There's a logo, painted nails, and then it also has some work on the thighs here. That light paint application, same type of color I would say for the skull here, and then these prongs. So very cool. And the beak itself is a different color. It's like a light brown. I want to say it's probably the only time they use that color. And yeah, I mean, outside of that, oh, let's open the jaw. Nothing too insane. They didn't paint the kind of like swivel in there. It's just kind of a standard color. I'm surprised they didn't just paint it all pink. Not really sure. Oh, it's because it connects to that there, the lower jaw. And if you can see it, it's that little slit right there. So yeah, excuse me. Pretty impressed. Honestly, I do like the size of it. That's what I'm a really big fan of. I'm a fan of smaller but highly detailed stuff. I'm sure there's I'm sure there is an amount of inaccuracies that it does have. But for what it's worth, I know they market it as like true FX, like the highest quality you can get. But that doesn't mean that we can still ask for more. So with that, tail kind of has that flexibleness to bend it. Just kind of bend however you want. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the articulation next. Starting off, we did see the mouth earlier with the jaw. Can't really go below that. And like this type of jaw effect piece, I know that it probably isn't, it doesn't look too good just because it's like the half circle that is there compared to how they used to do some of the other figures. But we move on. Head rotation can go all the way around, and then moving on to the neck. Moving on to the neck here, up, down. This is with the second neck effect piece. And then this is kind of where it likes to sit, just right in there. Moving on to the arms, small little arms here. We can go all the way around. All the way around. We can come up. We can come down. And then we do have a little bit of an elbow joint that you can kind of move around to your liking. And then you can swivel it and pose it however you would like. Main body, nothing too crazy that's moving. Next up is going to be the legs. We have like the thigh piece, calf piece, and then the foot piece. So starting off with the leg. Oh, come on. Okay, so it is possible. I did get a lot of resistance, and as you can see, it did loosen it up a lot. So it is possible to do a full 360 there. Moving on towards the kind of like knee joint. It's there, but I'm not getting a lot of movement off of it. You can turn it around just like that, but going forward and back, not too much I'm getting off of it. Maybe if I force it a little bit, a little bit it looks a little awkward. And moving on to the foot, just kind of what you'd imagine. Can come up, come down, and go all the way around. And then we did showcase the tail already, being kind of with that flexible wire. So you can kind of do some cool stuff with the tail. But, for the most part, that is about it. I do love the design. I'm not going to lie. I love the paint scheme. Very cool. I will say, it looks like on the tail, I guess it's a little bit of like the rubber effect. It kind of looks like it has some holes. I don't know if that's tearing or if that's just like the way it's supposed to, but it did catch my eye, so it does look a little odd. Not really sure what's going on there. It kind of makes me not want to bend it because I think I'm going to just keep tearing it. But I believe it retailed for $15, so it's not too insane. But it's, let me see if I can get to stand real quick. I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. But I don't know. I do enjoy a good Stygimoloch here. I don't have too much to compare it with. I only really have one. So that's how I'll probably be able to get it to stand for now. Here is one of the older Stygimolochs. I'm not really sure what exactly this one was, but you can push down on the tail and it does a little effect. So this is the only real comparison I have for now. Come on. I will say I'm getting a little bit of a standing issue, but just the difference between the basic line and then obviously the Hammond Collection. And yeah, it's very loose. It's a very loose figure. I know I rotated it and all, but it's still a pretty loose figure nonetheless. I'm just going to have the tail support it. But yeah, that really is about it. That's all I had. Well, I guess we can compare it to the other Hammond Collection dinosaur I have, which is the Metriacanthosaurus here. Carnivore, herbivore, pretty cool. Yeah, no, it is a bit loose, which is getting rather annoying because of how loose it is. It isn't really being able to stand that well. But outside of that, and the tail effect piece, I do gotta say I love it. I really do like. I'm a big Stygimoloch enjoyer, if I'm being honest. So I mean, I'm not really sure how I'll pose this one, but I gotta say I like it. I mean, it's only $15, which, you know, there's other, technically, if we want to be like super technical about it, there's other Jurassic World figures that are more than that, and they're not as, I guess, detailed as this. But the point still stands. You know, it should be pretty darn good. And so, like, that's where you see the leg. You see that? That is something I'm not too keen on, but I'll have to figure out a way to fix it. But I mean, it seems pretty flexible and cool to pose it in some cool ways. You know, kind of get like a ramming type of scenario. You can get like a charge type of deal. So a lot of possibilities to be explored with posing this one. I would just say it has a little bit of a trouble time standing up. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the review for the Hammond Collection Stygimoloch. Let me know what you guys think. Very fun, cool little guy. Come on. Very fun, cool little figure. I like how these are also bendable, like bone effect pieces here. I enjoyed it. Yeah, that's all I really got to say. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to see what I can do for the standing. There we go. That'll look kind of weird, but it'll work. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to fix a little bit of the standing issues, and then from there. But for the most part, it's cool. It's fun. Obviously, it could be better, but it's fun for what it's worth. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave off there. Let me know what you guys thought of the Mattel Jurassic World Hammond Collection Stygimoloch, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!